Happy Easter, everyone. Today I'm going to be reading a little story about the Littlest Bunny. It's a great, great story. Let me go ahead and start, because it's pretty long. Not long ago, in a land you might know, lived a girl named May and a boy named Joe. They were brand new in town and longed to explore. They loved to make new friends, have adventures, and many things more. Here's Joe and May. Happy Pet Store. On the day before Easter, they rode into town. They went to the pet store and looked all around. There in the front was a pen full of bunnies. The small ones were cute and the big ones were funny. They played with the bunnies and thought for a bit, and then they agreed on the most perfect fit. The littlest bunny with the sweetest small hop. Here's ours, May announced. Let's call him Flop. And as you see, they're searching for bunnies, and there's Flop. So Flop joined the family that sunny spring day. The littlest bunny was home to stay. They played with the bunny until it was late. They settled Flop in his cozy, snug crate. And Flop is pretty much sitting next to a soccer ball. I like soccer. May gave Flop a kiss and Joe patted his head, and then the two children both climbed into bed. Pretty cool bed. A soft evening breeze blew through the window, and May and Joe smiled as they slept on their pillows. But Flop had no time now to close his eyes. He was preparing for an Easter surprise. He was quite little, that much was true, but tonight our dear Flop had a big job to do. For he had a secret he hadn't let show. He was the Easter Bunny, oh goodness, and he had to go. A magical wind gave his whiskers a tickle, his nose how it twitched, his ears how they wiggled. Look at Flop. So, Flop was quite different than ever before, and he couldn't wait, not one moment more. Look at Flop in his neat little hat. I'm so excited. He raced through the house and out of the night to where he had hidden his eggs out of sight. Wow. His marvelous burrow held Easter eggs plenty, to be quite exact, 9,020,000. He packed up the eggs, he looked at the map, he fastened his goggles, his red flying cap. You see the red cap? Then Flop top right into his hot air balloon, and soon he was soaring as high as the moon. As he watched his first stop grow nearer and nearer, his big Easter mission became even clearer. Look at the city that he's flying over. First, Flop balanced his eggs a tall building top. Then he went to the park, spreading his eggs as he hopped. It's a pretty neat park. And then he dashed off for an Easter home run. Then quietly he hid chocolate eggs, one by one. I love chocolate eggs. With big bounces here, a giant jumps here. Flop was wonderful, egg hiding here. You see west and east, he's running. He flew to the east, to the south, the west, and the north. He crisscrossed the land, he raced back and forth. Flop must be really fast. All over town, Flop stashed tasty treats. He hopped up the hills and raced down the streets. But rush he might, as long as he went on, Flop was delivering his eggs all until dawn. Flop must be pretty tired. Finally, Flop found his very last stop. He came to your house with a bounce and a hop. And there he delivered his Easter surprise. So many eggs, all shapes and sizes. And when he was done, he stopped for a rest. I told you he was tired. Yes, surely this Easter was the best. Wow. The morning sun rose on the bright Easter day, but it was time to wake up for Joe and May. But when they went over to find their friend Flop, the door was wide open. His crate was unlocked. We all know why his crate was unlocked. There were eggs to discover, all the children know, but when we just want Flop, cried May, cried Joe. They looked under the beds, they looked all around, but the littlest bunny just couldn't be found. But whose goggles were these? Who unfolded this map? Then from around the corner came faint tap, tap, tap. They rushed and they stumbled. It had to be him. And there they found baskets, and something else was tucked in. Look at the baskets. It's Flop, they cried out, and held him so close. Joe tickled his ears, May kissed his pink nose. Flop hugged them back, his new friend so dear. Happy Easter to all. See you next year. Did you find all of your Easter eggs today? If you own this book, you can go back through the book and look for all the hidden Easter eggs that Flop put throughout. I hope everybody's having a great Easter. See you next time.